that's the 308 Rumble. Just wanted to give you guys a bit of a taste. Okay, so first things first, the budget. So we hit $30,500. That does not include getting the interior done. Well, I mean, I should say the seats. I've got an interior done, just haven't done the seats, and haven't done anything with the air conditioning. So that would easily send that over 35 grand. And that is just parts alone, all that. Obviously, paint and panel is normally the most expensive part, but because I did that myself, it was actually the cheapest. The driveline was the most expensivest part on this build, coming in at $17,600, but that is a worked 308 engine, so 300 horsepower at the wheels, so it's not too bad. I'm happy with that. It's a good tough streeter. The whole idea of the budget build was to not go overboard, so I know a lot of people go, that's a lot of money to be spending on a car, it's not budget at all, but the idea was just to show how much it costs to build one of these cars and to not go overboard. So like not put a supercharger on it, not putting turbos on it, don't have to worry about engineering, any of that sort of stuff. So that's what I meant by budget, is just kind of doing it up original, kind of how you would 308, just, you know, don't have to worry about engineering, blah blah blah. So that's how I've done this car up. But neat, I had to replace a lot of things, because just remember this thing was sitting for a long time, like easily 15 plus years. So having to replace just about everything in this car has made the cost pretty much that high. So yeah, I don't know, if I had to guess, if you had to take a car like this to a shop and get all that done, by the time you got the paint work done, like for example, if you're paying people to put the motor in for you, do all that stuff, I'd easily say you'd be 80-90 grand easy. So these cars are very expensive nowadays, but they are very iconic, and I love driving around in Kingswoods. So I'm going to go through all the stuff I've done on this thing over the past 2-3 weeks since the last video, and yeah, that's it. We're going to go through and look at all that stuff. So it's got a reconditioned booster, new master. I just flushed that out, didn't pull it out or anything. The rubber lines in the front and the rear were blocked, like literally, it's like the lines had collapsed. I could not bleed the brakes. And I'm kind of glad I did pull the front calipers apart, as you can see here. So there's a lot of gunk in there. So as you can see, there was a lot of gunk in them. So ended up fitting new pistons, pretty much overhauled and redid the front calipers, which was a bit of a prick of a job, but once I figured out how the rubber boot goes on the piston and slides in, then it wasn't too bad. So front brakes are pretty much brand spanker, and I redid the rear as well, so with brand new brake lines and yeah, well, brand new rubber lines anyway. So she's got fresh brakes and stops on a dime. Okay, let's start on the engine bay. So the motor is a 308. It's fully, kind of semi, it's rebuilt, but not new bores, etc. So the motor was 60 thou over. It's just had a hone, new bearings, flat top pistons installed, the A9L rods, or the VN rods, like the Betacon rods, Crane 286 hydraulic cam. I ported the heads in these, so the VN cylinder heads that I ported, still the standard valves, but just a clean up of the ports. I bought Yellowteller 165 roller rockers, adjustable ones, and shaved 30 thou off the heads. And the intake manifold is a Chinese version of the Edelbrock dual plane. So that's pretty much what the engine is. Horsepower, hopefully, I'd love to say 300 at the wheels, but maybe 280, something like that. It's just got a 650 Holley, fits under the bonnet. So I bought a drop base air cleaner, K&N one, and it all fits under the bonnet, which is really good. It's a manual choke, double pumper carby, Dizzy, I just went with a Aeroflow HEI Dizzy, which has a rev limiter inbuilt into it as well. I've just got this around my coil at the moment to stop it from getting scratched, but I've got to get a coil bracket. 120 amp alternator I bought. It's just a Bosch ripoff. I just reused the water pump on the motor when I bought it. 3-core radiator, very rusty cap. I'm going to replace that when I go to Supercheap next, but it's a 3-core radiator that come with the car when I bought it, which doesn't leak, so I just reused it. I fitted AE thermo fans, and they pump them fans too, so that'll do a real good job of keeping it cool. Unfortunately, the fan doesn't work in this aircon setup, so at some point I'm going to have to pull all that off, try and figure out why. I tried running a wire down in there to them terminals. I'm assuming that's what turns the fan on and off down there, but nothing's working, so it does have the earth running to it, but anyway, I'll figure that out later. Bought a new power steering pump. They're actually fairly cheap, it was only like 140 bucks. Power steering all works good. I just got a double pulley down there on the harmonic balancer, because at the moment there's no aircon. If I get aircon, I've got to put a triple pulley and try and make all that work, which I'll probably do when it's coming close to the summer. But I've still got the condenser up the front here. That's the engine bay. New battery. Also got a new battery. So I've already ran the cam and everything, so this thing starts up fine. I'll start it up in a minute for you guys. Let me zoom out of here. Still got the blue seats and stuff, so that price that I've spent on this thing does not include getting them seats retrimmed, so that'll cost more money. I don't think anything's changed back here. Got a new fuel tank in, rechrome bumpers. The wheels are 15x7 BCI wheels that fit the original hubcaps. Front bumper has been rechromed, looks really nice. Alright, let's lift this thing up on the hoist and check it out. Alright, so underneath here, my brand new springs I just fitted that are the same as the old ones. I bought hard lines for the gearbox to run to the radiator rather than running a cooler. I bought one of these deep pans with the fins on it, because these actually help a lot with cooling down the fluid. So because I got this pan, I just decided to run hard lines and use the radiator cooler, heater, whatever it does, rather than running the external cooler, because this pan actually helps a lot and makes a huge difference. So I don't think I'll have any gearbox overheating issues. So this Turbo 400 is just a second-hand one I bought, dead stock, out of a Kingswood. I just fitted a new seal in the back, up there, new seal, and then a new seal up the front, and a new seal on the shaft there. So I just fitted new seal so it doesn't leak, and that's pretty much it. So it's just a stock Turbo 400, and lucky for me it actually works and drives fine. I've got the speedo cable plugged in over there, which works, which is good. I had to do a bit of MacGyver in here to get the shifter I got inside to work. I just had an old B&M bracket that I modified, and another B&M bracket that I just had to weld a piece to, just to get that cable to work. 2.5 inch single system. This is just the system that was under the car. I just joined the headers to it, and I was just gonna run it for a little while, but it actually sounds pretty poopy, so I don't know if there's just like nothing left inside of this box, but it sounds like a real thong slapper. So I have bought a twin system, which I was hoping to get done in this video, so I could start it up and hear the sound difference, but the muffler boxes aren't coming until next week now. So I just bought these pipes from ECS Exhaust, and I'm going to make an X pipe, which essentially is I'm going to put a slice down here and weld them pipes together so that they pretty much join together, which helps mellow out the thong slapper sound, and it's also meant to be better for power and stuff as well. And I bought 2.5-inch tailpipes, so I literally just need the 2 muffler boxes, which I was hoping they were going to come this week, but they didn't. So I might put a video on Facebook and I'll compare the sounds from this one to that one. Everything's done under here, so that's pretty much all the stuff I went through. Yeah, like it was 2 weeks of just ordering like bolts, and there was so many little tiny things missing. So I had to order heaps of small tiny things to finish off the engine, like lots of small fittings and stuff and bolts, and having to wait for things to come in the post. So there was about 2 weeks there where I was just doing a little bit and then realizing I had to buy it or order stuff in, had to order stuff in and then wait, and then yeah, so it's very slow trying to piece one of these cars together when you're missing everything. So very time consuming. I'm going to put it back down, I'll start it up, show you guys the V8 rumble, and probably wrap the video up after that. Alright, another thing I did buy for this car too was retractable rear seat belts. I had to pay 700 and something bucks. No one had some anywhere, and then I've managed to find a bloke that had some. 700 and something bucks, retractable rear seat belts, but they are very hard to come by, so I paid it and I've got them. So in here, I'm gonna have to zoom back and turn the light on. Everything works. So the speedo works. Actually, not everything. The clock don't work. So, but that's pretty normal. Tacho works. All the gauges work, which is really good. So turn the key on, and you're gonna see the tacho. What that is that's where the rev limiter is set up. So this Aeroflow distributor has a rev limiter. So every time you turn the key on, it'll go to where the rev limiter is and then come back. I think that if I try it again, the rev limiter probably changes every time because the tacho is not 100% accurate. But let's start it up. So there's a full cold start. I'll even give it a bit of choke here. Hopefully it goes. Couple pumps. Perfect. When you put it in gear, put it in gear, it wants to stall. Hoping to have this thing registered either next week or hopefully this weekend, and go out and enjoy this car. So it's pretty much done. It's like 99% done. So yeah, keen to get out there in the streets and do some cool fat laps in the old Kingswood. So it doesn't sound too bad, as you can see with this exhaust at idle, but once you rev it, it just sounds like a mega thong slapper. I'll put a video up at the end here so you can have a listen. So. It's got some mega thong slap going on. Cackle pot. Alright guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I might do one more video maybe when I get this exhaust on. I'll do another YouTube video for that, I reckon, and yeah, we'll just go from there. I'm also fitting I'm going to get a Harrop True Track diff center as well, so I'll do an install video of that as well. So that's all I got. So thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.